I just realised I didn't have the trans screen on. Hi everybody, welcome to the show. They just saw us chatting away like, why are they talking? We need voices, they say. Well, you see, what you were supposed to have was a bit of transition, a bit of this action. Oh well. We're live, guys. Welcome to the show. This is Just Jack. This is Friday. No, it's not. That's the wrong show. This is Thursday night. Welcome to Season 2, Episode 6 of DJs and Dragons. Okay. How have we got an intermission please standby over there? How did that even happen? What the frack? Oh my goodness. Oh, this is what happens when you try and use technology. But this is what happens when you update too late before the show. That needs to be character sheet. There we go. So, welcome everybody to the night that is Thursday. I am just quickly going to load up all my little bits and bobs so I can get my recaps and everything up and running. And then we're good to go. I am so excited. I love the note, by the way. I should put the note that I put in last week's show was, or 2 weeks ago, was, I am a fucking warlock. Yeah! That with the loot that I got. We do need to check with the DM, because I don't imagine anyone did. Did the DM or did anyone add the loot that we got last week to your inventories? Because I did write.
I definitely know Freakbeat Freakbeat's got some weird loot that she needs to remove.
She's got the Ring of Spell Turning,
which I then later realised was more overpowered than I should have given. But
it's fine, because she won't really understand how to use it for ages, and by the time she figures it out, we'll be like really high level. Braces of Defense, who got those?
Oxy.
That was me.
Okay. Cause were they what's the word I'm looking for? Attunable.
Attunable?
Yes, and I think I've attuned them.
Okay, because if they weren't, I was going to suggest, because I've got the Ring of Protection, which is a +2 to AC and saves, but it needs attuning, which means I'm going to lose my Ring of Warmth, which means we're going to the cold north, and I'm going to be cold, and I don't like being cold.
Choices, man, choices.
I know.
I'm sure all the things in the frozen north won't use cold-based attacks. That's crazy.
I mean, half cold damage was going to be good. Anyway, I think, anyone got any announcements? So tomorrow we're back after being away last week. No Aki though, but it's because he's a loser. But what are you going to do? He's just swinging again, isn't he? He's going off swinging. So that's what he's doing tomorrow with the wife. And so we're going to do...
That's what you were doing last week. Your thing was, I need to... The wife needs me or something.
The wife needed me.
Reason for cover.
Yeah. So we're going to sort all that out, and it's all going to be great. But for now, I think we need to carry on with tonight's DJs and Dragons, because that is the important thing in life. So without further ado, I'm going to click on my amazing trailer music and do a little bit of this. Hello! While heading up to the frozen west of the north on a mission to save all of druid kind, my good friend CJ and his crew, including me, were set upon by vicious pirates. I'll tell you what, typos can be a killer. Typos can be a killer. We were set upon by vicious pirates. We fought in the air, on the seas, and finally, mano a mano on our boats. My name is Volo, by the way. I was guarding a particularly, I don't know why suddenly French, a particularly vicious pirate who got the better of me, and while I was trying to discern what was happening above, all of this was resolved by our good, fearless, and I have to say a little crazy, and more recently dark, Glamreus, who attacked the bandit with what seemed to be a dozen or so rabid badgers. They literally tore him skin from his flesh while we watched. I have to admit, I lost my lunch. On the other ship, other barbarous events took place. After the felling of two of our party, both Jax and Oriandai. I was not there to witness this, but I was told about it later and picked up on the events from the crew, which led me to gather that Oriandai tapped into her pious nature to heal herself from death's door. Meanwhile, Jack took, well, shall we say, a different approach, making a deal with a mysterious stranger in the afterlife to come back even more powerful. He immediately summoned a demon that bit the head off Captain Banefin, and what was left of his crew surrendered. Though it would seem that summoning the demon did not come with drawbacks, which we are now about to discover. And underneath that, I am a fucking warlock in capitals. I love it. There we go, guys. How about that? Let's get this show. Let's get this boat on the sea.
Right. I just trying to remember. So this guy's got to act in the same initiative order as. No, did he get? He didn't get his own initiative order, did he? He went on your turn.
So I believe he went on my turn. That was correct. Yeah, that's how I think you set it at the time. So we're saying that. So I commanded him to go to the back of the boat and attack the shark. He did his turn to go to the back of the boat. It then came back round to my turn, and at the start of my turn, I believe I had to make the charisma check, and I failed. So it ended on my turn / his turn with him no longer under my power.
Right. I just think for logic here, you wouldn't just lose control and then attack him. I think he would have to do something first. So what we're going to do is just start with his turn, and then resolve after that.
Yes.
Okay. Right. So the Balagura, which I think is the right way to pronounce that. Balagura. Now he is a fiend. He does come from a plane of hell, and the thing about demons is they are not stupid. Except this guy, if you see his stat block. Either way, he knows he's been had. He knows people have been trying to control him, and he does not like that. He does not like that at all. So, what he's going to do is he's going to turn around and he's going to make a beeline for the closest thing to him that he can attack. He wouldn't go that way. He's going to go that way. So I think 60 feet is all he can do.
Ah!
Right, so let's go 30 feet, shall we? And I know he's got some spells.
Oh, shit. The good news is, guys, so do I now.
Oh my god, it's my favourite spell. And I know it's Carl's favourite, well, JJ's favourite spell.
Fireball.
Okay, it's my second favourite spell. Right, I need Captain Jax to make a DC... What is his spell DC here?
Pain in the ass.
A DC 13 intelligence saving throw for me, please.
Move that so you can see everyone in the combat. A DC... So, what saving throw?
Intelligence.
Oh, that's not bad for me, actually. What is currently up on my screen? It is my character sheet, so I will click on my intelligence button, and I will roll a 3. That's 6. Shit.
Okay. Right. You are hit with phantasmal force.
Oh, here we go. Damn it, I don't get to do my Eldritch Blasts.
Right. What you see, right, in your delusion, right, because he's basically, Captain Jax is now hallucinating. So what he sees is the Bulgara jump overboard and start fighting with a shark. Bubbles pop up, and the body of a Bulgara starts to wash away. And Captain Jax is gonna be there blithely thinking that the situation has resolved itself as this thing charges forward in his direction. That's his turn.
I mean, fortunately, everyone else can still do what they need. It's just me. So, just because you did that because you know I really want to cast Hex and Eldritch Blast. Okay.
Well, you can use an action to try and break it. But I think at this point you wouldn't really have much reason to. No one's spoken to you.
No.
Things seem to be going fine.
Yep. That would be the case. Yeah. So I think with that in mind, the weird thing is, if that was the case, I would probably just talk to my guys and just start walking off the boat. At least we've got a prisoner, haven't we?
You do.
So I would probably, let me just clear that so I can read. Yeah, I wouldn't have any reason to believe. I'd sent him to attack the shark. I wouldn't. Would I know? Here's my question. Which I can actually, because it's not the same.
The answer is it doesn't really matter because you're hallucinating.
No, just would I know that the spell had ended, so I would know that or not. I think because I failed,
the rules
it
of
wouldn't
phantasmal force is you internally rationalize what you've seen.
Yeah, so
So
that's
regardless
right.
of whether the effect is still going,
It makes
because
no- yeah.
if it breaks, yes, the creature's still there. You can still try.
Yeah.
But until you realise that,
I would say I will. I would say, come on, let's go, guys.
I tell you what. Right, you would drop concentration. It is a concentration spell. So roll me a d6.
Well, what? No, what's a concentration spell? I don't have the spell so I don't have that. So I probably wouldn't because I've commanded him and I wouldn't want him to come back on the boat. So ultimately,
as
if he
a
was
DM,
going
I'm
off...
going to tell you to roll a d6 right now.
It was D6, like a D6, like a D6. So because my first roll was terrible, it's kind of already dice jail, as I'm now going to bring out a real dice. We're going to do that, and I'll roll 2.
Wow.
Right.
It's much clearer
So
now, isn't it, guys? You can see my dice.
When you dismiss a greater demon, you can't just dismiss it. It still hangs around. So you've dropped concentration, everything's fine, but he still will stay around for 2 turns before he dissipates back to where he came from.
Yeah, that's fine. No, that's all good. Yeah, I mean, I would... Yeah, whatever you say, boss. Whatever you say.
There we go.
I'm happy with that. So, ultimately, I think I'll be like, right, guys, that's the end of that. You know, it's time we need to get this prisoner back across to the ship. So, I'm gonna move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I'm gonna kind of move to here and be like, does anybody need a hand getting across to the ship? Because I can probably get some of us to fly. So I basically be sort of like, guys, what's going on? Let's get moving.
6-second block of time.
That's my 6-second block of time. I wouldn't cast anything. I wouldn't need. I would consider. I would probably
You wouldn't be in a hurry.
Nah, I wouldn't. Exactly that.
Yeah. So this takes us down to Glamreus. You actually still downstairs at this point.
So last thing I did was get Volo up, I think.
Yeah. Okay. So we're going to say, for the sake of argument, I get your character there, that you are coming. Here we go. So it's not correct on this model, but the way up is about there on the ship model. So you're just.
So I've got 2 options I could do, and coming up.
You can kind of see Captain Jack's waving at you as a giant gorilla-shaped demon bear does.
So I'd have either gone down to loot the splattered guy, or what I was thinking more, which is what I've done, is come up to see whether any of the people on the deck could be healed or whether they look dead. And then I'd have seen him with a giant gorilla. What the fuck is going on here?
I think we did say 2 weeks ago, 4 weeks, 6 weeks ago, that all the people on the deck are stabilized by the captain. So they're not able to get up or do anything, but they are not dead. They're like
what the captain was
theoretically they're
doing
all
rather than fighting.
exactly that. Yeah.
So in which case, I would have come up to heal them then. So I've come up and I've seen you and go. You're just waving. What's the fuck's
Hey, Glamorous, we did it. Fucking hate that spell.
I'm not sure I could actually do an awful lot to against the big gorilla. I have very little offensive spells. It turns out.
But you have very big offensive smells.
Very few offensive spells. Someone got murdered to death by 9 badgers.
You've still got those 9 badgers as well, don't forget.
Have I? Are they still down there?
Spirit animals are still up, they last a minute, so... I don't think he comes up onto the thing, just followed by these, 9 badgers.
Oh, yes. Oh, when they get their own turn, don't they?
Covered in blood. Covered in blood.
They're not my fuzzy animal.
But they are next, because they rolled a 5, I think, on the initiative.
Oh, yes, they were even lower than me, weren't they? So, yes. But anyway, so I've come up. I see this gorilla. What the hell do I do to the gorilla? The gorilla's not wearing metal by any chance, is it?
No. It is made of whatever demons are made of.
In which case, how much movement do I have? 25 feet. Not a huge amount. How far do you think I can throw?
There's actually rules for this. And it's going to be based on your strength, no doubt. D&D throw distance.
Don't you have,
Specifically,
like,
how
any
far can I throw
cantrips?
a cuddly toy? I have cantrips. I don't think I have any cantrips. I've got guidance, mending, shape water, and shillelagh. That's what I say. I actually seem to have remarkably few damage spells at the moment, compared with my sorcerer who's all damage.
You've got to have one always. The main reason I wanted the level of Warlock to get Eldritch Blast, man.
So just to meta this a bit,
anyway.
It's actually on the description for Flask of Oil. You can throw that 20 feet. I'm going to say double your strength, thereabouts.
Okay,
it's not,
so I go to
it's not like a dagger.
cannon.
It's not really aerodynamic.
No, it's definitely not.
If you get there, he's going to definitely make you roll for it.
So I'm going to go...
An improvised weapon has a normal range of 20 feet and a long range that's disadvantaged to hit 60 feet.
Well, what I'm throwing is a fuzzy animal.
And disadvantage means does it land on the boat or not? Anyway, it's up to you. Go.
So yeah, I'm gonna throw a fuzzy animal onto the other ship.
Right. So you're going to move first?
He has.
Yeah, so I've moved onto the cannon.
Yep.
Just to give me the most amount of reach as I can. And then I'm going to throw one of my animals out of the bag of tricks.
Okay. Give me a roll.
Oh, it does say throw up to 20 feet, so that's fine then.
There you go.
There we go.
5, 10, 15,
You can get it in one of those squares.
I can't see what those are, but anyway, it's somewhere over there. Be fine. Right, so
It's a ping.
D8, isn't it? Yeah. It's a 5. It's a panther.
Oh, cool. I like the Gaz comes out and like, hey, Gaz, and he runs up and he goes, I imagine he's like, oh my god, and he throws this coming into his panther lines, and he's like growling at something behind me. I'm definitely rolling an intelligence check on the next one. Otherwise, I'm like, why are things hitting that thin air space next to me?
Right.
And then I'm sure I had a card out ready for it, and I can't find it now. Come on. Help. Time cash, shackle, wait. Where did I bloody put my card? Anyway, the panther is going to run up to the thingy and attack it.
Alright, if you give me 1 second.
Weasel. Giant rat badger or panther, there we go. Put them at the back of the deck. Yes, a panther has 50 feet of speed, so I think wherever it lands, it'll be able to get to him.
There you go. It's landed, and funnily enough, you've already got control of it. There you go.
Excellent. Yes, if I'm on that. No, I don't appear to have control over it.
Well, just tell me. I'm assuming you wanted to go there.
Yeah, I wanted to go there. Oh, actually, it's going to take a slightly curved thing, so it takes at least 30 feet to go towards it, so it can pounce.
Right. Okay. So we're going to say it's going to run around the back and pounce up there then.
Yep, that works.
So I'm just seeing this. I'm just seeing this panther mauling thin air.
It's just slammed on the deck. It's just bounded, and then just like a panther has, and just landed on its back. And what is it going to do?
So it's going to do a claw attack. So I've got to be successful on this before pounce works. So, claw attack. Oh, that's not successful. That's a 3.
Of course it missed. There's nothing there.
3 plus 4, 7. I'm guessing it might be big, but I'm guessing it's not that low an AC.
No.
No. So, yeah. That's about it for me then.
It's what happens when you attack nothing. That's all I'm saying.
Right, onto the owlbears. Not owlbears.
All of those are going to start making their way up. I'm assuming it's going to take at least a turn, if not 2, for them to get up onto the deck.
There you go. So they're on deck, but that's about all they can do.
Rabid,
Yep.
covered in blood.
The giant blob of
Yeah. And that takes us
so yeah,
round to
that's
the
that.
prisoner, who's going to go, is your friend all right there? That thing looks a bit dangerous. Down to Orianti.
Hi.
Hi.
You can, Orianti, you can see on deck. Captain Jax is just like, yeah, that was a fun fight. You know, hey, Glam, how you doing? And this thing is just turned around. It's just screaming, you know, ah, douche, douche, douche. And it's just bounding straight towards Captain Jax, snarling, teeth out, clearly aggressive. You don't know whether Captain Jax is controlling this. He doesn't seem to be worried about it. What are you doing, though?
Let's see. Hold on. I was just looking at it. Can I put hold monster on that thing so it doesn't do anything to Captain Jax?
Well, you've got a couple of things you can do. You've got a wand of binding, I think.
Yeah, and I got a hold monster too.
Right.
That's part of the wand of binding.
Wand. You can...
Yeah, the wand
Right,
of
just trying
binding,
to
I
check-
think, casts Hold Monster, doesn't it?
Yes.
There you go. Yeah, you can cast that.
Yeah, so 5 charges, hold monster. DC
Nice.
17. Right, DC 17 seems
High.
unfair.
Fuck me, that's
Oh,
high.
hold monster takes 5 charges, or hold person takes 2 charges.
Right,
So yes.
what is the DC it's
definitely
rolling
a monster.
against?
Do what?
It's definitely a monster.
Right, let's find hold monster. Does anyone know what the...
D-
It's a fifth.
it says DC 17 on her thing.
What's of what though? Intelligence, wisdom,
Oh, right.
Wisdom.
wisdom. There you go. You're a bit quiet,
Right.
B. You need to turn yourself up a bit.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't swallow.
Oh,
There we go.
now yeah.
Okay, this thing's a bit wiser than you'd think.
So wisdom 17.
Yeah.
But not wise enough.
Yes.
Oh.
Right, so I think that thing is restrained, isn't it? I need to turn a token. Yes, it's paralyzed. So
Well, that's even
it
better.
can't move.
Advantage
It
on all
can't move,
attacks
it's
against
just-
it.
It's just in the air, just frozen. It can't move, but it's just trapped there, snarling.
Good work. Did you want to move, B? Did you want to move as well?
Yeah. I want to move far away from that thing. See, how far can I go?
Realise that you're the tank. You need to get up in its face.
Oh, I gotta move and fight it? Are you kidding?
No. You have to just move to. Well, I mean, to be honest, you've held it at the moment, so I would just put yourself out there. So there's 2 of us on the deck.
Okay, let me see. Can I come next to you?
You can move up to 30 feet.
But you have to move through the green space because that's a wall.
So yes, you got to go 15, so 10 feet there, and then 20 feet ish there.
Yes, you get to
That's
that
about
square
it.
there.
Next
That's
to
about
your
where you can-
body.
This square here.
Oh, that one. Okay,
And you
there
still
I
have
am.
a bonus action, though I don't think you've got any really good bonus actions that are not spells.
Probably
You've
not in
already
this
cast
situation.
A spell, no. Okay. Takes us down
Right.
to...
Oh, is my mic doing the weird clippy thing again?
Yes, it is.
A little
It
bit.
is.
I shall sort that out.
Toxic.
Toxiros,
So
Panjarak.
if the Tandrajak, if you don't mind, if he's taken damage, will it have broken his concentration on Jax?
He's dropped concentration and it's slowly fading.
No, he hasn't taken damage. The Panther missed him, and Oriandi cast Hold Monster, which wouldn't affect concentration.
So do I need to batter him to
Yes.
protect
Is it a concentration spell, Phantasmal?
15, 20, 25
It will be.
Yeah, so if
I
you
want
do
to
hit him, it
position
might
myself-
release it, which would be amazing.
I want to position myself between Jax and myself, between Jax and the monster, because obviously Jax is currently in fairy mode, and everything's lovely and nice.
Aw.
So I'm
Look
going
at that
to obviously
charm.
then. I'm gonna drag the palms out and start throwing around a few little monkish actions. So
Right.
I'm going to.
Attack with advantage.
Thank you very much. I shall do.
Panther opposite. Good work.
Oh no,
Well, I'm
it's
paralyzed.
I get
And
that
paralysed,
because
yes.
because he's been held. Yeah. So
Double advantage. Unfortunately, that doesn't mean anything.
Oh, you can't see. Hold on.
Oh, it's a crit. Crit when everyone.
By the way,
Gaz will
that's a
tell you what
crit,
to
by the way.
do.
And I'm going to roll again just in case.
I'm just gonna get the steam and just take it out your sails. And when a creature is paralyzed, any attack that hits is a critical hit.
But it's still a crit win, guys.
But nice try.
I still a crit win, so fuck off. It's fine. Right, okay, so...
Critting when it doesn't matter.
I do 1d6 plus 3 damage, I want to say? Yeah, I do. Oh, fuck's sake. So that's doubled, so I get 2 plus 3. That would be 5.
That's doubled.
5.
I'm going to...
Concentration check.
Right, so
You need Constitution saving throw roll up above a 10.
right, okay.
Just want to see it.
And it fails miserably with a 4.
So all of a sudden, I see the shark just in the water. We're not attacking anything. I turn around and my friends are all attacking this big thing. I'm like, what the fuck? Carry on.
So I am going to attack again. With a 13 and an 8, so it's 13
which
plus
crits.
6. Which, yeah, crit. So I will then do 1d6 plus 4, plus 3 damage again. That's better.
Yes, it is. You are mathematically correct. That is better.
So
The best kind of correct.
2, 4, it's 7 damage.
Not bad.
Oh, wow.
I bet this thing's got like 150 hit points or something.
For my bonus action...
While you're doing this, you know, the Bulgari, it's trapped in place, but it's conscious. It can see what's happening, and its eyes are locked with yours. As you're just punching it in the stomach, you can see the anger in its face. If there is a god, and I don't mean the good kind, right, he will one day have his vengeance for the wrath that you lay upon him today.
Are you making enemies?
I think
Demons
it's time
don't technically die even when they
I think
die.
it's time for an unarmed strike, isn't it?
Yeah, because you've used all your thingy points, haven't you?
I've used all my key points, yeah. So, no, what am I rolling that for? Unarmed strike, here we go. That's a 12 and a 9, so we'll go with a 12 plus whatever it is. 6, so it's 18.
Yeah, that'll hit.
And then here is that fucking dice is going.
So what's
Let's
this,
go
1d4 plus? Oh, is it still the same? It's still the same for you, isn't it? Unarmed is the same, yeah, 1d6 plus 3.
1d6.
There we
4
go.
plus 3, which is 7.
It's still a crit,
No, it's not.
it's
It's
still done,
crit,
so
so
it's
it's 8 plus 3. So it's 8, 9, 11.
11,
Yeah,
15.
it's starting to look bloodied.
16.
Oh,
I mean,
that's a
demons don't really
shame.
have blood, but it's looking bloodied.
I mean,
If
dude,
it was a
that
cartoon, it would have little hashes on it.
That was, even though you rolled terribly, that was over 20 points of damage on that turn. That's all I'm saying.
Amazing.
You don't hit hard, you just hit a lot.
A lot.
Which
Right,
is great
so-
when the spellcasters, because it's constant concentration checks.
Yeah.
So, Captain Jack's over there. You were just, off the side of the boat, looking
Chilling,
down
man.
at the shark.
Chilling.
The shark just eating bits of chum from this dead Bulgara. And the blood in the water suddenly just fades away, and there's just a shark looking hungry. And you hear this sound in the background, like Rocky just punching some meat on a hook. Fud, fud, fud. You're like, what on earth is that? And you turn around and you're just, fucking hell. What's going on?
Yeah.
Go.
So the first thing I'm going to do is I'll be like, oh, and I realised that the spell has dropped and he's still here and he's fighting everybody. I would spend a bonus action to cast Hex on it. So Hex that bad boy.
Right, does that require you to hit at all, or does it just happen?
No, Hex, you place a curse on a creature that you can see within range. Until the spell ends, you do 1d6 extra necrotic damage to the target whenever you hit it with an attack. Alternatively, choose one ability. When I cast it, he also gets disadvantage on, we'll say, strength. Actually, what are you hitting it for? Whole monster. Intelligence checks. Was it wisdom?
It's wisdom.
Wisdom checks. He gets disadvantage on wisdom checks. When it dies, I can move the curse to something else, and it lasts an hour concentration. That means I can't cast Witch Bolt at the same time. I don't think, because that's also concentration. That's why I can't ever do both those things. We send the message. You can never Hex and have Witch Bolt, because it's like, no. So I will just go to the steady, clever cast of one of my favourite spells in the game. The reason I wanted to be a warlock. Eldritch Blast. And I am going to roll 2 attacks, because I get 2 attacks with Eldritch Blast on a cantrip. The first one is a 12. And the second one is a 14.
Neither one of those hit.
I am not using Roll20 again for the rest of the day. That's all I'm saying. Not Roll20. I am not using D&D Beyond. It's dice all the way. Fuck you, D&D Beyond. So I've got this new... Obviously, I'm new to this type of casting, and I'm just like... Suddenly feel the powers within me, and I just unleash these 2 blasts from each hand, and they both sail wide. But it is... I didn't even get to Hex.
Did you roll with advantage?
No, I did not. So obviously I've rolled twice, so 1 missed. The other one I will roll with dice. Of course, all the cool kids roll with dice. That's what I've heard. I'm getting my... Oh, these are the ones. 13 plus 19.
Hits.
So I've got 1 hit, so that's 1d10.
What type of damage is it?
I think it's force damage. Let me click on the spell. It says force damage, yeah. So 1d10 force damage plus 1d6 necrotic. So let me find a D. What does a D10 look like, guys?
A D10.
I'm gonna have to get that handy now.
Looks a bit like a spinning top.
It does, doesn't it? Yeah. It's the one I can never find when I need to. What a D100 do? Because it's the same thing, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
There we go. So that's 40. So that's 4 and 2. So that's 4 points of force damage, 2 points of necrotic damage.
Right, so just say that again. I was just wondering why I couldn't see you on cams.
Can you? I'm on Twitch.
Anyway, right. So 4 points.
So 4 points of necrotic and 2. Sorry, 4 points of force and 2 points of necrotic.
Okay, he's looking pretty bloodied. Right. So he was only going to stick around for 2 more turns, but this being his second turn, he's going to make it count. And his eyes stay transfixed on Toxeros, and he makes another attempt with Phantasmal Force.
He's paralyzed.
It's a spell.
Ah.
Although I will check if it's got a physical component, because you're right. Right. Verbal, somatic. Yeah, if he was restrained, he could do it. He's paralyzed, so he can't do the physical movement. Right, so all he can do is try and break free at disadvantage with wisdom. Not going to do it. And with that, he fades.
We did it, guys. So we know that we get when I get a few more levels and we get that again. That's what we do. We get Oriandai to cast Hold Monster, and I just hit it with like my hex and give it disadvantage on throws.
Right, but Toxeros, can you just give me a wisdom saving throw?
Yeah, of course. I've just shook a 13 plus I think it's 3, so it'd be 16.
Yeah. Okay, so that entire time as he faded out, he was just giving you the eyes, right? The vengeful, we shall meet again eyes. But nah, yeah, you're fine with that. If you see him again, you'll just beat the crap out of him again. You're fine.
Yeah, just give him a smack.
Not worried.
No.
Right, I'm going to get rid of some of these owls. Right, guys, combat is done. What are you doing?
So I'm going to be like, I think he did some kind of whammy on me. Anyway, what are we doing with? Are we gonna? By the way, does someone want to get that prisoner? Toxie, you move. I'm guessing he started moving to try and get away or something. I don't know. Maybe he's just stood there. So Toxie, you need to go and get the prisoner.
Back, yeah. Tithe, if you'd like to help me with Le Prisoner.
Right, where is he going?
He's coming with us to JJ, and JJ's going to help, or Captain Jackson's going to help us get over.
So I'm like, Glamrius, did we want to keep this boat, or are we just going to burn it to the ground?
I'm not sure we've got enough crew to captain 2 boats. And our one over here, the Wub Wub drive's working again now. It can fly. So I think this one's a better boat.
Like,
as a DM, I will just remind you that, and I'm going to move some people around for a second, right, that this boat currently looks a bit more like, yeah, that and that. Oh, that's the wrong colour. Right, that one is...
You mean the big old...
Oh yeah, we also damaged it a bit.
Yeah, it's kind of got a big old hole in the side of it there.
So is it starting to list? So I want to... Is there any Is there any gunpowder
It's looking
left
looking
around?
very battle damaged.
Is there any more gunpowder lying around?
There would be kegs of gunpowder lying around. You've got kegs on your ship. You could certainly spend some time, ferrying them across, stocking up. So
If I find any on this boat, because I don't lose any of ours, but if we can find any, all I was thinking was we could create enough of a powder keg, to use the term, so that Gaz could light bomb. You still got light bonfire, or any kind of fire spell, cantrip spell.
I'm not sure I actually do at the moment.
That was his favourite spell in the first campaign. He would just light bonfires on the things.
It was, and I think I changed it to something else. But I'm about to level, so.
So
I might
ultimately,
change one of my cantrips
well, without that, we can just light it with a flint, but then we'd have to get across. How are we going to get across, guys?
Hopefully with your help, like we did last time.
Well, we can throw a torch. That's not a problem. Once it's if you're trying to burn it down, we can throw a torch across or something, can't we?
So I can help like one person get across.
Well, with a bit of time, because you're out of combat, you're in no rush at the moment. Boats are on water. If you threw a rope, you could pull the boats together.
Yeah.
Or
Okay.
put a plank down or anything
We'll use
else
a plank.
like that.
We'll gather some stuff. We've got the other crew that will come to help, and we'll just if we can get everyone from this boat, including the prisoner, across, and we'll give the big chef guy. I can't remember his name. We'll give him we'll say, look, can you take this prisoner under, put him into some kind of cell, lock him in. Orion
So
guy, maybe you could
lines-
guide them, because I know that you were you were thinking of. Did you want to throw the guy? Because I know you were thinking of throwing him to the fishes.
Toxerus didn't want to throw him overboard, so I don't know why he wants to keep him anyway. What do we need him for? Hello? Leverage. Okay, well, all right.
As you're saying this, he's like, I'm not good for anyone. No one cares about me. I'm just deckhand.
I'd like to torture him.
What? You want to torture me? I thought you were a paladin.
She's like really role-playing the not paladin.
It's like tie a rope around your hands and a rope around your feet and put you between both boats and tie you to both boats.
Roll intimidation.
Help.
Right, I'm just going to roll for him. You don't scare me. I know paladins. You're all goody two-shoes inside. You'd never do anything like that.
You don't know me very well.
So
anyway, guys,
we'll move everyone across, get back on our boat, and take off. I suppose for the sake
I was
of
going to
brevity.
say, assuming I think that nothing else bad's going to happen today, which I don't, and I've had enough death, I'm going to pop my first level and my only 2 second level spells to heal the 3 people that are on the deck that are down.
Okay.
Can we get a long rest in?
I think
So
that's
I'm
hopefully
now-
about to happen when we take off. We'll just
I'm
rest up.
hoping so, because that's literally, I have no spells now.
And you get attacked by a dragon.
It can be arranged. Right, okay, so like you say, that boat, the other boat, has got everything you would expect on a ship of that size doing what it's doing. It's got cannons, it's got food supplies, it's got a few maps. It's got all the crew's personal effects, nothing of any value other than what you found.
Yeah.
But it has anything that a boat would normally have on it.
Yeah, so we'll gather some. I think we've taken the maps. I've written down a selection of maps. We've got some maps. We've
Yeah, I
got
think
some
Orion
gold.
Dad got some maps.
We got the
Glamorous,
ring.
did you want to do
braces.
any looting before things
So,
get set
yeah.
on fire?
So I was gonna pop down and try and loot the prisoner we had on our ship that I ripped to pieces with badgers.
Okay, so we're going to leave the mage alone. That's fine.
Oh, there was a
so-
mage at the back of the ship as well. Yeah.
Oh yes, there was a mage at the back of the ship. Yes, I forgot about that as well.
Well, probably we would have a good route through all these
You
things.
can choose one. Are you going to try and loot the guy downstairs or the mage guy on the ship?
I think I'll probably do the guy downstairs because I'm on this ship anyway.
Because you
Probably-
killed him. He was your trophy.
And I killed him. Yes.
Are you going to take
Well,
a finger and
and
put
I-
it round your neck?
I was also going to make a really bad, because I don't have prestidigitation or anything, a really bad attempt to like clear the blood up a little bit, so it doesn't look quite so much like a massacre.
Roll. As a DM, the things you don't come up is what role would sufficiently do mopping up blood? Would it be survival? Is it religion? I think it would be. Just give it a medicine check.
Right, medicine. Ooh, medicine. I'm not too bad at medicine.
Mopping would be like athletics. You gotta move around.
15 plus 4, 19.
He cleans up
19. Yes, your knowledge of dealing with wounded let you know that you get blood out with club soda. So you've been working on that. It's a bit stained. It's gonna leave a mark in the wood, but it doesn't look like a murder scene anymore.
So yeah, I loot and tidy up.
Okay, so roll me your investigation check.
Yes. This is where I'm not gonna find anything. No, I'm not gonna find much. 5 plus 0.
Oh. Right.
But at least I got some of the blood out.
Okay, so you're not going to find the best stuff, I'm afraid, but you'll find something. Right. As you search the body, as you search the body, you remember he used to look like one of the members of the crew. How did he do that, you wonder? You say he's got a pretty nice cloak on. And as you try it on, you realise it's a cloak of disguise. And you can basically, by using an action, you can cast Disguise Self on you to look like any other humanoid, roughly of your shape, your build.
Nice. Dude, that means we could just now create a double act. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Providing we find someone of your, like... You're a dwarf, right? I get mixed up with the other character. Yeah, so if we can find a dwarf...
Yes, yeah, I did as well, yes. Yeah.
If we can find
I'm
a
dwarf, yes.
couple of dwarfs when we get there, we can just pretend to be them now.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
So if you're looking for the object, just put it in as Hat of Disguise. I think that's the default one.
Okay, right.
I have a question. What happened to the person that he turned into?
It's a good question.
I think we asked that, and he said he disposed of them on the docks or waylaid them on the docks before getting on the boat.
Yeah.
So he didn't make it on the journey, unfortunately. He didn't make it
yeah.
clear whether he was dead or not.
It was a girl.
So now I've got a mask on and a cloak.
Well, you can use the cloak to make it...
ball.
Use the cloak so you don't look like you've got a mask on.
It's true.
Okay. Right.
Once we get on the board and we secure, I'm gonna get, like I said, I'm gonna get Bolvar, the cook, to take our prisoner downstairs and put him in a secure room. Because I'm trying to make this as real as possible, I'm then gonna go for a poo, and then come back out, and hopefully we'll be midair and taking a nice long rest with more pooing.
Right, if we were still doing XP at the moment rather than milestone, I'd give you bonus XP for that. Right, let me just get everyone there.
No one ever poos in D&D, you know what I'm saying? It's like, oh yeah, by the way, I'm just going for a dooth. That was a tough fight.
Sure some of us will have shit ourselves during that battle.
We do actually pee and poo more whilst doing this than we do. You know what I mean? I might also have a quick shower using prestidigitation, just clean myself up.
Okay, so I think, cross my fingers, like everyone is there now. Let's see.
There's a strange purple dude in the sea.
Ah, right. That's the dead body. There we go. Gone.
Okay.
Yeah, and there. Okay, yeah.
I was going to say, my animals will just be roaming the deck at the moment. It's fine. Don't bother trying to put them on.
What happened to the shark?
They're there. They're just not on the screen. Okay.
Yeah, I like to think the panther's looking over the edge and just... It's because a panther's basically a big cat, and cats like fish, so it's just looking over the edge and going, could I take it? Could I?
I'd like to think that the animals are on the top deck, staying out of the way, and all the crew that are trying to actually fly the ship are, like, terrified.
Right. So, just to move this along a bit, the captain is going to grab. The captain's going to grab everyone's attention. They're going to say, "Look, don't get me wrong. I'm glad you managed to get us out of that scrape. I mean, I thought we were goners there, but I can't keep you on this boat. With Jaxel after you, we're dead men. We need to lie low somewhere. Now, I think our best bet is to, now the engine's fixed, is to make landfall for 10 towns. And they're going to get out one of the maps, and I'm going to bring it up here. So if you're able to zoom in near the top. So you guys are around about there, say.
Right.
Okay. So, and they're going to put their finger on the map. By my reckoning, we're about here, not far out from Lushkin and Fire Shear.
And our original plan.
But you heard him. Luskan is a den of pirate lords, and
that was our original plan, wasn't it? Our original plan was we actually paid him to take us to Luskan.
I think, because we do travel faster when we're using the engines. Mm-hmm. If we made a beeline between Farshire and over the Spine of the World mountains, and they're going to jump you across to another map. Which
new map!
Because we've turned into an airship. Yes, right, okay.
Oh, check it out, guys. This is where the whole next campaign's going to be.
Yep, so they're going to say, I think we can make it over the Spine of the World mountains, and this time of year, the lake in Duldon, right, this time of year, the summer, for what passes for summer in Icewind Dale, the lakes and water bodies haven't frozen over yet. We could make landfall, we could moor up in the lake, I could finally get shot of you guys while we load up on supplies and wait for this all to blow over. I mean, they'll never think of finding a seaboat in a lake. Not in Icewind Dale, anyway.
And how long?
I like your thinking.
How long would that? How long's that journey going to take to get over the mountains?
I think if we set off now, right? Because it's looking a bit dusky at the moment. If we set off now and made good time overnight, we would be passing the mountains roughly at first light. And I think by day's end, we may just be approaching. What'd that be? It'd be Tourmaline.
I mean, that sounds great. I mean, that saves us the travel up from Luskan, which would have taken us probably a couple of days. That sounds like a clever idea to me, Captain.
Yeah, it's actually better than the original plan, I think. So let's go with that.
Right. I think the captain's going to try a little something. But for my troubles, I do need more payment.
I do think it's right.
Otherwise, I'll dump you in Luskin and claim the bounty myself. It's kind of a bluff. He's just seen you eviscerate an entire ship.
Yeah, insight check.
Who's insight checking?
I'm doing it now just to see if it was a straight 10.
Okay, I'm gonna insight. So you're inciting. The captain is going to persuasion. So we'll see who rolls better.
Mine was a 10, with no adding or taking away.
And theirs is a 10 with no adding or taking away.
I think we're on the same page, and so I'm gonna look over to the money man. I'll be like, Taxi, you pay him what you think's you pay him what you think's right.
Well, it's more. Didn't Oriandai get like 100 plat or something or other off?
Yeah, but Toxie does the bribing. We all know this. This is what he's here for.
This is true.
Toxie's like,
this is true.
Your hands out my pocket, Claire.
I mean, exactly. He's like, he goes,
I actually don't know. I've got no idea that you've got that.
If you could give me 10 gold, then I'll see you on your way. Here you go, mate. Have 50.
But what you got to bear in mind is that Toxie is just. I have just been through quite a horrific battle. I nearly lost it, and at this point I'm like, although I'm grateful to be alive, I think we've helped him save his boat. So as far as I'm concerned, it's like, we've already paid you for your journey. How much more do you really need?
Oh, considering the damage to my ship, and they point, a cannonball-shaped hole in the side of the room. This is going to be expensive for me to repair. At least 100 gold to reinforce the steels, to replace the cannonballs. This cannonballs and the the black powder is a bit of a lie because you've looted the other ship. But they're saying that for emphasis.
I'll cast mending and slightly fix the hole. I mean, it won't be massively fixed, but just a few splinters come in.
Well, luckily for you, you had us on board, so you still have a ship. I will part with 50.
75.
60, and we're going no higher.
60 it is, and she shakes your hand. There we go. Knock 60 gold out.
So as I see that, I'm gonna when I see Toxie, I want to sort of like if I can then see Toxie go off and he's on his own, I'll walk up and go, "How you doing there? You don't quite see yourself. I know it's a tough fight, but you're normally quite generous with the funds. And let's be honest, and I'll say this quietly, we may have saved his ship, but if it wasn't for us, it wouldn't have been in any danger."
He didn't need to know that. She didn't need to know that, did she?
No, I know, but normally you're normally more of a generous spirit. I just want to make sure that you're feeling okay. Is everything okay with you? I mean, I'm a bit concerned that me suddenly dying and then coming back to life and summoning a big balls ass demon. That's not gonna be an issue with us, is it?
It was a little bit of an interesting. Maybe you're just rubbing off on me. I don't know, Captain, but.
I mean, I did offer that when we were back at the hotel, and you kept saying no.
Wow.
Cannon.
Amazing. I'll be fine. Maybe I'm just becoming more cautious with the way that we spend money now, because I've got a funny feeling it's going to be a long, cold winter.
No, that makes sense. And I'm just making sure you're okay. I know that we don't really talk much, about the things that matter. I sort of told you about my issues, and obviously after today, we'll probably have to all have a conversation. But, you should be the first to know that what happened there was strange. I disappeared, went into some kind of... I thought it was the afterlife. I thought I was a gunner, and then I met my friend, the traveler that I mentioned before, that saved me from the boat last time. And this time, he gave me one more chance to come back, said that I needed to just keep on doing what I was doing, and I assume he means trying to save our friend. And, so I took that opportunity to come back and made a deal. And here I am, a little bit stronger.
We'll just remind Captain Jax there. He did turn into a visage of the Traveller. He can change back to whatever form he looks like, but right now, his cloak is black. For some reason, he's got long hair.
Oh,
he's
me?
looking a little... Yes.
That's yeah. I'm gonna like yeah. Do you want to ask me about that? Because I'd forgotten.
Maybe I'm just not seeing as clearly as I used to, at which point I'm actually going to roll up my blindfold of seeing, which I realise I've still got on.
Disadvantage to visual checks.
Yeah, so I'm just going to... Oh, no, sorry, I don't want to be initiative. I need to change my... I need to readjust my AC, which is looking a lot better nowadays.
Mine's up to 17.
Mine's 20.
Nice. Jesus.
Yeah. Right, okay, so it's down to 18 now. So I've taken my blindfold of seeing off, so it's looking a bit better. Yeah, no, that's fine. And I don't particularly, as a character, I don't particularly want to... It's not about me. I'm just the monk. I'm the one that stays quiet, and I would be more guarded, and it's all about as long as everybody else is okay, then I can rest.
No, I understand. I just wanted to make sure that, obviously, this, and I'll kind of generate myself and the way I look. I can change the way I look, and I didn't make myself look this way. This happened as part of the experience. I just want to make sure, and I'm going to go and talk to everybody else. I just wanted to make sure as as my oldest friend now in the group that you were okay with this, and I'll kind of gesture to my new look.
I will be fine. At which point I would just nod and bow out.
Okay. And as if he goes like off deck, as I see the captain and Toxie's not around, I will throw the captain 40 gold and just say he's having a tough day, and 100 gold is the least we can do.
Absolutely. I'm glad I didn't see that.
And I'm never generous, so I just figured, it was kind of mostly our fault, and he probably did save us a bunch of money by flying us straight there. We didn't have to go upriver or anything.
Certainly a bunch of hassle.
You are an honourable man, ZJ.
That's fucking Volo. Yeah, no problem. And then what I'll do is, obviously, without role-playing it necessarily, over the next sort of day. Does anyone need to do anything over the next day? All I will do over the next day is I will pull Gaz or Glam and Oriandai aside, and I will just sort of explain what happened and be like, yeah, I went under, and then when I came back, I just suddenly felt, and I'll crackle like an eldritch blast in my hand, I suddenly have this new force power, and I just feel stronger, and I feel that the Traveler wants me to achieve something. I'd like to think he wants me to save Glamreus, and that's why he sent me back.
I was going to say, I'm going to go, well, as long as you're on a path and you think it's going to improve you, what can I say? I mean, I'm grey at the moment. God knows what's going on. So, yeah, all
by the way, Glam looks a shade whiter, having murdered someone to death in such cold blood. I can only say he does look a little whiter and more marble-esque.
It's fine. In my rationale, nature. They're badgers just doing their thing. That was the whole problem to start with.
And he did save everyone on the deck. He did heal everyone on the deck as well.
And then, I healed 5 people up afterwards. So my conscience is semi-clear.
Okay, we'll stick with pallid grey skin.
But yes, I was going to say, he certainly hasn't brought colour back, let's put it that way.
And I'll talk to Oriandai. So Oriandai, I know that you're a pious woman. I know you got vengeance in your heart, but deep down, when you learned to be a paladin, you learned what was right and what was wrong. And obviously, I understand that summoning a demon is probably something that you're clearly against. I just want you to know that wasn't something that I initiated. That appeared to be almost part of my rebirth in this new form, which was gifted to me by the Traveler.
Did you ask for it, or was it just given to you?
I mean, it was kind of a deal that I made. He said that. I mean, he didn't actually ask me for anything. He just said that he would give it to me. I think I might owe him something down the road, which does concern me. But at the same time, it was move on and shuffle off this mortal coil, or make a deal. And I thought right now the most important thing to me is making sure that we're able to save the soul of my friend Glamreus, possibly help you find your father, and just keep Toxie smiling. So without those things in life, I didn't want to leave. I wasn't ready to leave my friends yet, so I'm not sure what deal I might have got myself into, but I'm sure it'll be fine.
I think you got a demon inside yourself right now. You just don't know it, but I mean, I don't know. You said you died and came back to life, and I'm almost tempted to do a protection on you, huh?
Is there anything you can do about that? Yeah,
you can actually check. So you have divine sense. As an action, you can detect good and evil, and sense. You can sense fiends.
Sure not infested.
That's what I'll ask you. I'll say, if you could check that, and with your paladin nature, if you could detect if he's actually within me, or if he's just granted me some of his power, how would you do that?
Yeah, how do I do that?
You use. I think you've got 4 charges for this. Yeah, so it's just as an action, you can cast Detect Good and Evil.
Just click cast and there it goes.
Yeah.
But how do you do it? How does your character do it? Tell me what you do. Tell me how you do it. So I want to know.
I'm gonna put my hands like that on your temples.
Yeah.
Till you close your eyes and just relax. Then I'm gonna close my eyes and then I'm gonna do my thing.
Okay.
No, that doesn't sound very dramatic, but yeah.
Sounds like a fucking Vulcan mind meld. I love it.
I'll read the description out for everyone's benefit. So, for the duration of this spell, which is 10 minutes, if there is any aberration, celestial, elemental, fey, fiend, or undead within 30 feet of you, you know where that creature is located, you know the object, you know if it's magically concealed. Yeah. Yeah, okay. So you definitely detect fey energy around you. It seems to permeate. It seems to permeate the entire room. It's almost like you can't. It's like instead of looking at Captain Jax and seeing an aura around him, as you look around, the aura may as well be on you because all you can see is a purple hue. Just the room is just full of a purple hue.
I don't know what that means. Okay, so do you tell me that?
Oh, with one exception. Around Glamreus is a void in the purple hue.
I was waiting for that.
And yeah, it's not. You don't detect. You know that there's something. You don't detect that he's a fiend or he's an undead, but you get those vibes there, those fiendish, undead, necromantic kind of evil vibes. It's not even. It's more like an intuition that something's like that.
Okay. Well.
This party got dark, baby. This party got dark real quick.
Really quickly.
Looking around the room. Glam, you look sick. We really gotta get you some help.
Well, that is what this whole trip is about: is trying to save his soul.
So, as Oriandai says that, you know, Glam, you look sick. A gurgling noise comes from Oriandai's belt, and her warhammer seems to say, "Do you feel it? It's I think your weapon is begging for food."
Oh, he wants to eat. No, you cannot eat Glamreus. No, wasn't there plenty of food in that other boat? But before we go feed the beast or whatever it is, let's, CJ, you got a little something going on. I think your friend tainted you a little bit. So just be careful. We'll all keep an eye on you. And if things get out of hand, we'll do whatever we can to help you. Okay?
I will try to stay true to the path that I am following and stay clear. All I know from talking to this guy in the past is he seems more like a trickster than a demon. I know that demons like to make deals, but I wasn't that worried with this guy because the thing he really seems to be worried about is having a good time. Like, you know what I'm saying? He wants me to crack jokes. He wants me to have fun. He likes mischief. He seems like a mischievous kind of fey creature or something. Is the vibe that he gave off. So I'm not necessarily concerned. Although, you know, I think
how far into Joker territory are we going?
If you want to keep an eye on me and make sure I don't go too down the deep end, then I would appreciate that.
Yeah, your friend reminds me of a story about some dude called Loki. Yeah. Okay, we got you.
Yeah. Sounds about right. Okay, so let's move on. Anyone else want to achieve anything? Talk to anyone? Private conversations? Secret conversations?
Not conversations. If it's getting towards, or when it becomes night, I want to level up. But
okay, so we'll we'll do a little more chit chatting before we start moving on.
Yes, yeah.
But right now, I want Oriandai, Glamreus, and Captain Jax to give us some rolls. We need some HP.
Oh, did I not do that? I don't think we did that, did we? No.
No.
So this is a warlock level. What do warlocks get?
A D8, I think.
Are we on camera? Yes, we are. Let's move those out of the way. Let's go for one of the...
And Oriandai, you need to go to your character sheet, hit the little anvil, go to levels, add 1 paladin level.
The good news is, I rolled a 1. Ones get re-rolled.
So you re-roll.
An 8!
Ooh, that's better.
Get in!
Added. Okay, how do I get back?
Right.
Oh my god.
Buttons on the round
mine's
side.
not so good.
3. I'm going to have a bit of Schadenfreude there, because you're kicking my wizard's ass in the other campaign. Elf.
I mean, it's not too bad, because my constitution's +3, and I get dwarven something or other, so...
So my con is only 1. So I get, what, 9 points on top? Where do I add
9
it
points.
rather than temporary? How do I actually add that now that I've already leveled?
So I get to level up then as well.
Maybe not.
No.
Because we're below you.
Yeah, so they're a level lower.
So this is...
They were both
if you
6.
want to think of it like something, think of it more like them catching up to level 7.
Oh, cool. No, that's fine. I just double checking.
And Captain Jax, while he has gained a warlock level and he's now level 8, technically he doesn't gain access to all the spells that you would normally get at level 8.
It's like level,
It's more like
basically
an
level
extra level
7.5, yeah.
Yeah.
Ian, your camera's frozen, Ty.
Actually, a few people are.
Oh, yeah.
I
Looks
know,
like he's
it's only
winking.
Tithe now. Winking away. Winking away.
Leave room. Join room.
Right, so... Yeah, we'll take what? Should we take a short break? Because it's around that time. We'll take a little 2 or 3 minute break. We'll come back and do a roll for the 1 crit win we had. People that need to... So you guys can level if you know what you're doing and do it quick enough. If Orianda, you want to wait, and then we'll do your level afterwards. But, yeah, we're all going up a little bit. And moving on. I feel Tox is now like, oh, but I want to level.
Right.
Maybe I want my ability in score improvement to plow into my dexterity.
See, I didn't get that. That's what I was hoping for, a feat, but I have to wait.
No, it's
Honestly,
cool. I'm
you
good
got
where I am.
so much there. So
Oh,
goddamn.
mate.
I mean, my favourite thing about Warlock was Eldritch Blast, and I missed both times.
Yeah.
For anyone who is not paying attention to the conversations we're having in the background, he got something like 7, 8 spells, plus AoE abilities,
I got
plus
6,
extra spell slots.
I got 6 spells, was what I got in there.
Mental, isn't it?
6 spells. But what was good, though, what I really liked, was the fact that, and I didn't get to talk about this on Friday, of course, last week. What was amazing was I was thinking of putting a level of Warlock in, and then you role-played it in without even knowing that's what I was going to do, and that was crazy.
Okay, 5-minute break.
Yes, small
Still
break.
frozen.
We will be back. It's frozen. That's actually my fault for the cameras. Let me just bring that back to there.
Tithe, I've shared with you small maps.
Where are they?
Awesome.
Oh, on your email. Just check your email.
Oh, smashing.
Yeah.
The one thing that we love is maps. Right, guys, I'm gonna fade this up and do that little thing that I do where I hit the trans button and do it on the right thing. Nope, that's the wrong thing.
No lie, I've got like a folder with 976 maps in it.
Fair enough. If you don't need it, you don't need it. It's fine.
A panther disguised as a cat. That's ridiculous. What I would say is, with those abilities, what you should do is be a baboon disguised as a butler.
Umbrella Academy reference for the win. Right, we need some rolls.
Orianti Glam. Now.
Oh, I did. For
do
what?
I need to roll?
Did they not roll the hit points yet? Come on, guys, roll your hit points.
Yours.
I rolled mine. I only got a 3.
So then it's just Orianti left.
What am I rolling?
A D10, I think, for Paladin,
question.
isn't it? Oh, let's just look at my T-shirt.
You say a D10?
I'll tell you in 2 seconds. I'm wearing the T-shirt. Druid, Barbarian, Paladin. Oh, no, they're all D20s. It isn't a hit dice. That's really disappointing.
It is a D10. It is a D10.
I'm wearing my one as well.
Nice.
Beautiful. 5.
That's not great. It's not bad.
So you need to go.
This
You need
roll's
to go.
funny. I gotta get me some dice.
So when we level you up, which will probably be after the show, we get to add those hit points.
Right, so Glam, make a note. Oriandi +5 hit points. Oh, and her Constitution,
Plus
which
5
is
plus Constitution. Yeah. So the roll is plus 5. You
6.
say what you roll. So
+6.
right. What's happening, DM? We've got to head over the spine of the world. It's cold. I have on me, and I believe this saves a lot of disadvantage. I am going to, on top of my new armor, which looks really cool and dark and piratey, on top of that, I am now going to put on my winter clothes that I bought.
Ooh.
So I am
So you're
wearing a full set of winter clothes.
Which is great because we're just about to do the pre-night scene, pre-long rest. Okay, so you've got your prisoner downstairs in the hold for whatever you're going to do with them later. I think we left Toxeros in the room. Volo, a couple of the crew are going to be out just having their evening supper. As Volo's just talking to Nat. He's really impressive, that detective man. Did you see what he did? And then all the fight. Oh, but he could have stopped that man from bashing my head. I mean, ow. So they're just chatting away, just lucky to be alive. You've got Bolvar just with the wood, a couple of planks of wood, some nails, just trying to close the hole so the kitchen's not open air because you are in the sky now. Yeah, and I suppose everyone is just getting to that point when they're settling down to... Where is Oriandi? Getting to that point where they're just settling down.
Yeah,
if there's any smaller holes, I'll use mending on them and close up a
you
few
seem
bits.
quite down at the moment, so roll. I need you to roll me a D10 charisma saving throw.
I got a 3.
You will be scowling for the next minute. I'm going to use my wand of scowls on you because I think that you have been you've had a tough day, and I'm going to cast that on you, and then I'm going to walk past and say, "Give us a smile," and then you suddenly realise that you can't, and I don't know how that makes you feel, but I'll go, "No, come on!" I'm going to tell a joke. I'm like, "What do you call what do you call three monkeys in a jar?" And then I'm gonna walk away without the punchline and leave you scowling. Just for 1 minute. Basically, I want to use all the charges because I'm hoping to turn it into a wand of smiles.
Okay, so
yeah, I'm going to cast mending on a few of the holes, and what was the other thing I was going to do? Oh, so, yes, if I see Jack starting to put on the winter clothes and realise we're heading towards some snowy mountains, I'll put on the winter clothes, and then just for the hell of it, I'll cast Disguise Self and make it look like I'm wearing a mankini.
Good change.
I had just taken a sip of beer when you did that. Oh my god.
Okay, so you're all starting to settle down for the night. Obviously the ship is, like 100, 200, 300 feet in the air. It's definitely colder than down on sea level. So winter clothes in a ship that has quite a few more holes than it used to. Definitely a good shout. So Glamorous is starting to wrap up warm in his mankini and get himself into a hammock there in more than one ways. Oriander, you can see this this what looks like a gratuitous dwarven porn at the moment going on next to you. And Toxeros is doing whatever he's doing in the kitchen area. Captain Jax, you said no, not in the kitchen. That's Captain Jax is not in there. As you scowl away, are you gonna settle down for the night, or are you gonna do anything before you finish?
I'm just gonna go up to Glamorous, putting on his clothes. I'm putting on my clothes, and I'll be like, "Do you think Toxeros? He seemed a little bit not his usual self earlier. Do you think I'm a bit worried? He's a bit worried. I mean, we're obviously all worried about you, and that's what we're hearing. I think he's a little bit concerned about my my turn of events."
Yeah.
You do have some sympathy for him, Glam. I gotta say.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was a little bit shocking, but having been through something a bit like that myself, it's I can understand where you're coming from, but I think as a man of the cloth, I think summoning a devil beast might have shook him a bit, but I'm sure he knows you deep down. I'll try and
keep that on the down low. Yeah. I think I just need to cheer people up a little bit, you know?
Down. I think he'll be fine.
I need to just make people smile. So I'm going to cast DC 10 Charisma saving throw.
You need to get a 1 before it turns into a wand of smiles, by the way.
I think it is ridiculous. Yeah, I have to roll a 1 on a D20 to switch it, but you know.
4.
So as you look, as you're standing there looking all kind of scowly, and I said, but Gaz, you don't seem very cheerful.
-1. 3.
I'll say, so Gaz, how would you fish without a fishing rod?
I'd turn into some kind of...
With your bare hands! Your bare hands! No, you can't laugh, you got to scowl. And I'm gonna walk away.
Okay, so unless anyone has anything they want to achieve,
I'm gonna cast it on one more time. I'm gonna cast it on Volo, just when he's telling one of his stories and he's really emphatic and smiling and happy. I'm gonna cast it on him just so I can roll the D20 and see if I can turn it into a wand of smiles.
Right. Okay. So Volo is. Let me see.
Charisma saving throw on Volo.
Do you think he's charismatic?
Yes. I mean, probably not. He should be, but he's probably not.
He did fail that.
There you go. So he doesn't know why, but suddenly he scowls for a minute.
No, Volo's a smart guy, right? And yes, he's a smart guy. So he's gonna look at you and he's gonna say, my friend, can I take a look at that? Do you want to pass that to me for a second? And he casts friends on you.
Okay. What's the save on that?
Well, technically, it's just you roll 1d20 and he rolls 2 to persuade you.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, he got 22.
I got a 3. Even if it's a charisma thing, that's still not enough.
Yeah, so you pass him the wand. He says, right, and immediately you know, because that's how friends works. Immediately you know that he used magic to convince you, right? So you know, like, it's a fun one, isn't it? And he bonks you on the head with it.
You can hold on to that for a day.
Roll a d20.
I've used all its charges.
Really?
Yeah, that was the 3. It only has 3 charges, and I used all 3. I said, you can use that. I tell you what, I'll let you play with that tomorrow. I'm going to roll my... Oh! Everyone just look in the fucking dice tray up there.
He's just won it.
I just rolled. So guys, that's a crit fail / success, because that's what I wanted. That just turned, so not now, but at dawn tomorrow, and he thinks, oh, by the way, this is now beautiful, because Volo now thinks he has a wand of scowls, but tomorrow at dawn, when he can use it, it turns into a wand of smiles.
Amazing.
That's fucking hilarious. And he won't know. That's going to throw him completely. I can't wait to see what happens. So there we go. Look, it's there. Look, a little 1. Oh.
Yeah, we'll chuck everyone up there. You guys are down there.
I'm so happy now.
And
so I wanted to make Toxie smile, and I realised I had scowls and not smiles.
Right, guys. Everyone long rest?
Long rest. Oh, thank fuck for that. He says, having long rested literally 10 minutes ago of game time. Like, it's like I got the free long rest at the end of the last session. Long rest. So everyone can get all their hit points back, Oriandai. Hit long rest, hit confirm, make sure you tick the box, reset maximum hit point changes. We'll need to look at your paladin stuff. But right now, what's happening, DM, as are we imagining that we're sort of like, just...
Right, I need you to put a soundtrack in the background. Do you have something windy, storm-like?
Oh, when we're in the air now, and of course I've had the music, but I did put my storm boat on, so let me get rid of the actual music and let's just go.
I gotta heard that all night.
Yeah, it's definitely windy. Okay, so it's a hard night for everyone. The wind is howling, the airship is rocking from side to side, but eventually everyone does manage to fall asleep and to get some of that rest that they need. Captain Jax, you don't have a pleasant night's sleep. You're racked with dreams, with unfamiliar sights and sensations. And at one point, you start to wake up and you have a very, very vivid dream. Almost like you're seeing through someone else's eyes. And you realize you're on the ship. But you're not yourself. You're too tall. Your hair's too long. It's not you. You feel yourself walk up to the door to your room and open it, and you see yourself and your companions asleep in your bunks. And you feel almost a pang of longing, a pang of sorrow. But you know this feeling doesn't come from yourself. You can just feel this as you're experiencing this other person's emotions, this other person's sights and sounds. And as he looks at you, you hear yourself say, "My child, you have entertained me so, as I took you to where is it? To Icewind Dale. But unfortunately, this is her realm, and I can go no further with you. I'm afraid the rest of this journey you must take alone." And you see yourself turn around, and in the mess hall, you don't see the crew. You see 4 satyrs. If you don't know what a satyr is,
like
think of Philoctetes. Yeah, he's
Mr. Tumnus.
Goat legs. Mr. Tumnus. As the stranger walks forward, you can see him usher these 4 individuals with him. And as a portal opens in front of him, you see behind that portal trees. You see a violet hue. You see a very forest-like area. And as this person walks through it, your experience suddenly stops. And you seem to hear something. "Oh, wake up! Oh, wake up! Wake up, my friend! Hurry!" As your eyes open, you see a Volo above you, trying to shake you awake. What do you do?
What? What time is it? What's happening?
The gun! The crew! I cannot find them anywhere! What's steering the ship?
What?
Dexterity saving throw. Everyone give me a dexterity. Actually, everyone give me a strength saving throw, not dexterity. Disadvantage for everyone except for Jax.
What the fuck?
Okay. Disadvantage strength save, right?
5 plus 6. 11.
So I don't get advantage, just normal, yeah?
Yeah.
7.
All right, 7. So as you wake up groggy from the sleep and from the dreams, not quite sure what's happening, suddenly the airship just lurches to the left, and you hear the wind just washing through, and you try and grab on, you try and hold on, and you fall out of your bunk straight onto the floor, and a big dwarven ass that only has a thong for clothing lands on top of you. Orianda, you fly out of bed. Glam, you're fine.
It's all right. It doesn't stand up to physical inspection, so it feels like a
it looks like an ass, but it's as soft as winter clothes.
Yeah.
So, I say Toxyros, you've kind of started falling out of bed. You've woken up with your monk-like reflexes. You managed to grab something and stay in that hammock, but everyone else, you have fallen onto the floor and are starting to slide to the edge of the room. What do you do?
Well, I try and grab the nearest person to steady them.
Toxie, my friend, the crew, I cannot find them anywhere. The ship, we're in some kind of storm. I don't know what to do. Help me, Toxie, help us.
Panicking is not going to help, but let's right you and let's find out what's going on.
Right, what are you doing, guys?
So he's saying that there's no one around. So I will cast sending to the captain. Just say, Captain, downstairs, things seem to be going a little bit awry. What's going on with the ship? Where are you? Volo says you've all gone missing.
Is that 25 words?
That was about 23. I was counting them really quickly, but yeah.
Right, so sending will work anywhere on the planet, basically, the Sorbin Coast. Your spell fails.
I believe it even works. So you can send a message across any distance and even to other planes of existence. But if the target is on a different plane other than you, there's a 5% chance the message doesn't arrive.
There you go.
5%.
Either way, the DM says you're not getting a response.
Okay. Because that's the best thing about sending, man. That's like cross planes and shit. Okay, so... Okay, that's what I'm doing. What's everyone else doing?
I mean, if I'm awake and I've long rested, so that's fine. I'm going to try and go up to the top deck to have a look what's going on.
Okay, right, so let's say you're about there. Is everyone else staying where they are, following? What are you doing?
As I'm casting, I'd be running to the top of the ship to try and grab the steering wheel. As a trained pirate captain, I would head to the wheel to try and get the ship back on course.
Right, so you are following quickly after Glamreus. Other guys?
Yep, I would do the same because you know that JJ is invariably going to become unstuck and I'm going to have to steady him, so off we go.
Right, so you're all running in that direction.
I'm going to say to Oriandai, there's no crew around. I will say, Oriandai, I know that you were doing it earlier. Did you want to check on the engines? And I'll sort of point downstairs and say, you could, because I know that you were watching the guy and looking after him. When he fixed the engines, you might be able to see if they're working, not working, etc.
Right, as you're saying this, the howling of the wind off the side of the boat is so loud, you're having to shout your command to her.
Have you heard my voice? Yeah, cool.
Oriandai?
Alright, so I'm gonna go down and check on the engine.
Okay, so you're gonna run in that direction down the stairs. Everyone give me a dexterity saving throw.
I'm using
Dex save.
right.
Dex for me is... I'm a 18.
Right, well, we've got that 5, Glam.
6,
No,
but
wait,
yes.
No, 19.
24 for me.
A 4?
24.
Right, so
24.
Right, so... Right, the ship suddenly, is hit by another massive gust of wind, starts listing to the other direction. Everyone except for basically Toxeros and you go flying. So Glam, you go flying against the wall. Orianda, you go absolutely head over heels over the stairs, falling down. I'm assuming you're in armor. Take 3 points of bludgeoning damage. Right. And Volo, he will go careening as well into Glamreus in the corner. Right, but Captain Jax, you manage to hold steady. Right, over tables, over falling cutlery, you and Toxeros make it to the base of the stairs there.
Okay.
What is going on?
Same again, so movement to get as far as I can. If I can't get to the wheel in this turn, then movement and action.
Okay. Give me a strength check.
Okay.
Well, probably athletics.
Athletics, yeah?
Yeah.
Bear with me. Let me go over here. I'll click on this button because I just rolled well with it this time. I went back to it and it's 14.
Yeah. So as you get there, right, and you start trying to push your way onto deck, you manage to get the door open about 2 inches. As you do this, the wind is just howling through the crack. You're getting snow just covering your face. And as you get it about 2 inches, it now pushes you back again, and it slams closed. It's the force of that storm out there is just keeping you from opening that. What little you did see was just whiteness out there. Absolute white.
I could use a hand here.
Obviously, I'll jump in and try and help.
Okay, so you're going to jump in. So we would say you're going to assist. So strength, so athletics check.
An athletics check, yeah. Oh, 17.
Plus?
17. Or minus?
Athletics BA plus 0. 17.
17.
17. Okay, so you managed to get the door just wide enough to get about half of your body out of there. Right, as you do, can I just check, are you still wearing your Ring of Cold?
Ring of Warmth, yeah, he is, yeah.
His Ring of Warmth, yeah. Right, it's a good thing. It must be minus 40 degrees Fahrenheit, because we're in D&D. So minus 40 degrees Fahrenheit out there. If you were wearing anything else, your arm would be numb right now as you try and squeeze your way through that door. Right, the one thing that you do know is with that wind on that open deck, you are going to have to be extremely careful because there is a good chance that this blizzard outside will knock you clean off that boat.
Seeing that and seeing how dangerous this predicament is and he's going out there, I will quickly touch him and go, we'll get through this together, and I'll inspire him. Use one of my inspiration dice.
Right, Oriandi. Right, as you try and collect yourself and stand up again, right, as you round the corner to the engine room, you don't see any crew. You see a brown stain on the floor, but that's neither here nor there. The engine... The engine still seems to be going, right? You can just about hear it over the storm. But there is no one steering this ship. Glamreus, what are you doing?
Trying to figure out what sort of animals are good in the cold.
Polar bears.
As well.
Can I be a polar bear? Do I have
only if you've seen it.
Also, yeah, will I have seen one? Anyway, ignoring that for a minute. So I presumably I can see them having gone up through this hatch.
You can see them trying to.
Or trying to, right. So yeah, I'll go up, and I don't think there's anything.
So you're not level 8, are you, Gaz?
I'm not. No.
Next level, baby. Next level.
So I can't. Yeah, I can't be CR1 yet. Yeah.
Next level's Toxie. Next level's flying for Gaz. He can become a boy.
Yeah. But I did just get a 4th level spell, which is polymorph, so which I've taken as polymorph for today anyway.
Oh, please turn him into a dinosaur.
Oh my God.
I don't think that'd be all that useful on the ship at the moment. I wonder how well heat metal would work out there. Anyway, no, what I'll do just for now, while I'm still not quite sure what's happening, I'll just give Jack's guidance for helping him try and get out the door.
Right.
Nice.
And because I'm evil, roll a d20. I know technically it's not a cantrip,
yes.
but you've not had it yet, so. No,
5.
you're fine. You're fine. One day. Okay, so Captain Jax has got guidance, Toxeros is inspired, Glamreus is trying to collect himself in the corner.
I didn't roll it for any of the heals I did, but anyway.
You should have. And
I didn't think.
Oriandi, yeah, you can see you can see the engine is working. What are you doing?
Sitting here scratching my head. Where'd these people go? I mean, did they all just abandon ship and leave us on our own? What happened? I'm trying to figure out what happened.
Yeah,
Look
maybe it has.
around, seeing if I see anything. I don't know if this brown spot. Well, I guess that's from the badgers. I don't see any clues. It just like evaporated. Where did they go?
You could always try detect good and evil again.
Yes, do that.
Okay, so as you cast detect good and evil, that purple fey aura that just saturated the ship has now disappeared, and the only faint traces seem to be coming from around the front and then up a little bit. So it's roughly where the other guys are standing. You don't know where they are. There's only a faint trace of fey left on the ship. So all of that fey energy you detected earlier seems to have disappeared.
Okay.
That's the whole crew? Your god?
I mean, the whole crew is just gone.
Oh shit! Was the whole crew? Did he field us with a crew?
Is that why the whole thing was?
Oh my god!
Oh, DM sets these things up. Oh, DM, why is he not getting involved in combat?
Holy shit!
I'm thinking, Jax, your friend got something to do with this, because he said he couldn't go with you anymore.
You don't know that was my dream.
Perception. No, I'm just kidding.
Right, okay, so, right, back to the top of this. What are you doing, Jackson Toxeros? So you're halfway out that door now. Gale, blizzard, you're just racking outside. You're half covered in snow. I don't think you put your winter clothes on. Doesn't matter a great deal while you have that ring on.
I said that yesterday. I put my winter clothes on as soon as before I went to bed. I was getting wrapped up for the night. He's got his ring of warmth. I've got my winter clothes. Gaz has got his winter clothes. I am, if there's enough space, I'm going to say, Tuxie, let me check the outside, then you go through. And I'm going to cast my familiar on the other side of the door and just get him to circle round, see what's out there, and I will hold on to Toxie for 6 seconds, and just see what I see. As you
close your eyes and you channel through the vision of your familiar, you see them appear outside. It's about 5-10 feet above the deck of the boat, and immediately are swept off of that boat. You can see it for a few seconds, but it's not more than about 10 feet away from the bird before it starts to grey out and fade into nothing. Tony Hawk now finds himself in the eye of a blizzard. It's obviously daytime. It's white. You can't tell what's up, what's down, where the ground is, how high you are. You know nothing at this point.
You think if they were going to disappear, right, and leave us with, they'd be like, Jax, I need to go. Me and the crew, I'm your guard, I love you, but see you later. Peace out. You better fly the ship.
I think your god probably would find this more entertaining.
No, actually, yeah, I see what motherfucker. So, I've done my action this turn. I will also, that's my action. I will say to Tuxie, it's just white out there. You're going to struggle to see. Yeah. That's it. Toxie, you're up.
Would I know the way to the wheel from where I am?
You know the basic layout of a ship. Yes.
Okay, so with that, I would attempt to be out there and work my way round to the wheel, get to the wheel to try and steady the ship.
Okay, so first things first, you're going to have to give me. Well, okay, describe to me how you're going to try and stop yourself being blown off, because you're not just going to nonchalantly walk out there. What are you doing?
No. I am lithe on my feet anyway. What else have I got that I can use as advantage? But the chances are that I would literally be gripping on, because obviously boats are naturally, they've got all of the bits the handrails and things you can hold on to, because if it's a bad storm. So I'd be using them to work my way round to the stairs to get up to get to the wheel.
Right, so you're going to try and work your way around the edge of the boat, grabbing onto the rail to stop yourself blowing away.
I'd try and keep away from the edge. I'd try to do it on the inner side, but yeah.
There's nothing to hold on to on the inner side. Well, I suppose there's a...
Then.
Yeah. Okay,
where
so
I can't grab on something, I'd be on my hands and knees.
If he gets through and we've opened it, I will follow him through with my movement, just so I can keep my eye on him and use a reaction.
Right, so here's the fun part of every campaign. convince me that it shouldn't be a strength-based check. What checks have you got that you could feasibly convince your DM you should be rolling for, other than athletics?
This would be acrobatics, wouldn't it, for me?
Why?
How? Yeah, why?
Well, I'm assuming the boat is listing all over the place.
It is?
Yep, so I'm very lithe on my feet, so rather than going with it, I'd be able to counter it quite easily.
You're going to bend like the reed and use the wind to your advantage to try and...
Dude, I'm a monk.
Yep. There we go. Acrobatics check.
No, well done, Sam.
That's a 12 plus 6. That's a 18.
Right, we're going to say you successfully make it about halfway there. Right, 'cause it's difficult terrain now. You are... Go.
Before I go any further, I just wanted to let you know that I wanted to tie, because I've got rope with me, so I'd tie my rope on first, just in case anything went catastrophically wrong. I'd tie my rope on, and then I'd jump, and I'd let my rope out as I went. Is that okay?
Is it tied to Captain Jack's? Is it tied to the door?
That's what I was about to ask.
I would tie it to the door, but not so the door couldn't shut and open, but it would be tied next to the door, so it'd be easy to grab from the door.
Okay, right, back to Oriandi. So...
Yeah.
Right, are you going to do anything? You're going to run anywhere? You're going to convey any of the information you've gathered?
Oh, me, sorry.
Oriandi.
I assume I should probably go up to where Glam is. He's not outside, so I'm gonna go up there and let him know that the engine's working and everybody's gone. Ain't nobody down there doing nothing because there's nobody.
Oriandi. Oh, wait, go. Where did they go?
At least Volo's real.
I mean, I'm so focused on why everybody else is gone. I didn't even see you hiding over there. You okay? Did you see anything?
Glam, give me a perception check. With your glasses, 'cause visual one.
Oh, visual, so advantage, right.
I'm just wondering what the prisoner's doing in the front fucking just banging around
17
in there.
plus 7, so 24.
Right, as you stand there, right, trying to get back up and been knocked over on the edge of the ship, you look out of the ship's porthole. You see white. Just white. You see, obviously, snow smacking itself against the glass there. But as you squint through your glasses, you seem to see something in the whiteness. So it starts to come to view. It kind of comes in and out, ever so slightly, but it looks grey and sharp, almost like rock faces. And it was worryingly close.
Okay. Yes. When it's my turn, I shall shout this information to the
go
people
for it.
that I think we're getting near rocks. I think you best hurry.
Right, Captain Jax, give me a perception check. Did you hear that?
A perception. That is
the door is open,
15.
the wind is howling. I think you heard him saying something. You heard something on the lines of Glyphs. You definitely heard urgency in his voice.
Urgency, maybe Cliffs. I'll be like, Taxi, we need to get a move on. So I just to ask the DM. You always like to ask the DM a question. With my knowledge of the arcane, would I suspect that, looking at how my bird is coping, would I suspect that Fly may assist me?
At this point, your bird is in a snowbank somewhere.
Okay, I would have bamfed it eventually, but okay. So
it's uninjured.
Yeah, so I'll bamf that back. Do I think that by flying I will be able to make it there rather than trying to walk? Do I think flying will help? I'm just looking at the spell, and it's not clear about it really. In this kind of wind, I would imagine it'd still be
You would have probably the same sort of difficulty as Toxeros or your bird.
Yeah, that's right.
Magical flying is a bit different. You're not reliant on wind, swimming through the air. You're magically floating, but
It's also 60. The difference is it's 60 feet movement rather than 30. So I think I'll touch myself and cast flying on myself, and then I will start to make my way toward towards Toxin, toward the wheel.
Okay, so you need to give me a what saving throw? How you're just flying above the side?
So I'm going to use the magic of flying. So by using the spell is what I'm saying. So rather than strength, I think it possibly would be the power of my magic to keep me afloat.
Okay. You come slightly out of there and are immediately caught by the wind. You go flying south on the deck and go smacking into the door on the other side, straight through it into the captain's quarters. No one is in there.
So I don't get the movement speed with my flying without a tech check or anything?
At this point...
60 feet of movement. And surely that would go against that with magic. Usually things aren't affected by magic that much. But okay.
Think of it like you have 60 feet of movement against 80 feet of pushback.
Okay.
Right. Okay, so, Glam, Oriandi, are you doing anything? You've seen your friends disappear up there. Glam, you see, as you're looking out, you see another rock face. This time, ever so close. Almost touching the edge of the ship.
Okay, I'm gonna try and go up there, but yeah. I mean, actually, hill dwarves aren't too bad apparently in snow. But I'm going to turn into a black bear. I can't become a polar bear yet, that they're too high level, but apparently black bears are also fairly winter hardy. So said the internet.
Well, they do hibernate, so maybe you'll just go to sleep.
No,
okay.
I'm not Arlo.
Oh, poor Arlo. Orianda, are you following him?
Yeah, I'm gonna follow.
Right. So let's get you guys to the door. So the door has slammed shut
Has
again.
Orianda seen me go into wild shape before?
It's a good question.
Maybe before I do it, I'll just turn to her and go. Well, I mean, she's seen me get badges out, I suppose, but...
Yeah, don't freak out.
Yeah, don't freak out. Don't freak out. I'm friendly, it's fine. And then transform into a bear.
Right, so...
See what happens.
Couldn't be any worse than Jack.
So as you get up there, you can see that there is a rope attached to the handle to the door. So the door is open, about an inch, right? So it can't close all the way, but it is still very much being pressed shut by that wind. So you're gonna have to try and push if you want to get through there.
Yeah, okay, so I'll bear push against it.
Do bears have any special skills for pushing doors?
I don't think so as such. I mean, they've not got bad strength, but no, basically I get keen perception if it has smell.
You perceive that the door is going to be hard to open.
Right, okay, well, yeah, I bear strength try and open it.
Okay, give me a roll. Athletics, I imagine.
Is athletics strength based? Yes, yeah. Maybe not. 8 plus 2, so 10.
No, as you do that, just like Jax before you, you manage to get the door open roughly about a foot before it slams back, pushing you back there. I like to think you give a whimpering sound as a bear.
Yeah.
Roar.
Yeah. Exactly.
Toxeros, at this point, back to you. So you're struggling along, but you are moving. What are you doing? You've just seen Jax try to fly. He's kind of gone there. He's heading in the right direction, but he's overshot and just gone straight through the door at the other end.
Okay, so for me, I would continue to try and get to steady the ship, because I think it's more important that we level the ship out and make everybody safe, and try and either land or do something sensible with it.
Right, so you can probably get about this far. So give me your athletics.
When you say this far, what deck are we on? I think I'm on the wrong place.
I'm on the top.
You need to scroll right, yeah.
Yeah.
Slightly.
On the top. Wait, what?
Down.
Oh, yes. Oh, because you weren't clicked on this, it didn't refresh either. Yes. There we go.
There we go.
Okay, give me that roll.
Athletics check, yeah?
Yeah.
Shit.
What was that?
It's a 3 plus 6. That's a 9.
You can roll your inspiration dice, which is a D10 if you want.
I can. Oh, yes, I
A D10 or a D8?
I think it was going to go up and it didn't, actually. Because I leveled something else. Let me just double check that. Actions, bonus action, inspiration, 1d8, sorry, for 10 minutes. So yeah, 1d8. Roll a d8. Roll well.
I got a 6, so that gives me, what was it, 9 plus 6 is 15.
Not bad.
Okay. Yeah, so far...
Saving your ass!
Bard doing bad things!
I'm about to do another
Right.
bard thing. Is it my turn?
It's almost your turn. Right. Okay. So, Glamorous. You give me a perception check.
Okay. Which one do I get? Perception will keep my normal one because that's wisdom. Okay. But I'm assuming I don't really count from the goggles given that I'm in wild shape. So that's 5 plus 7, so 12.
Right. You said bears have keen senses.
Smell, I think.
I have keen sense. Belle has advantage on wisdom perception checks that rely on smell. So it depends if whatever's
Probably
smelly.
not. Right.
Can
So
you
can't
smell
quite-
those cliffs coming?
You cannot quite hear what is being said, but as you look behind you, you can see Volo, and he is looking frantic. He's pointing at the window, and he's shouting something to you. You can't really hear it, but it looks like he's saying something bad is happening. Something bad is happening.
Given I could see cliffs out there, yeah, I'm imagining bad things.
Judging by things are going really tits up, and I know we need to get control of this. I know Tox is on his way, but I'm going to burn a really high level spell, and I'm going to cast Dimension Door and appear at the wheel of the ship. And I should have just done that 4 turns ago, because D-Door I can go to anywhere I know within 500 feet. So I'll just appear next to the wheel, and then try to gain control of the ship and try and get it in some kind of safe position.
Okay, firstly, perception check.
Okay. Perception.
Perception.
16.
Everything is white around the ship. You can't see cliffs, you can't see the ground, you barely know that you're in the sky, and as you look to the left of you, you see a grey mass in the shadows just quickly come in and out.
Pull away and pull up. I imagine that I know the way up is a good thing, I would imagine. So I would try and
Sort of righten up.
pull the little lever that is like more power to the engines and pull away from the grey.
Okay, so for kicks and giggles, animal handling check. And what would you use for flying?
For
Flying
flying? It's a tough one, isn't it?
You're controlling a beast.
I would say, yeah. I would say probably like animal handling. Well, I would say it's the same for me anyway. I would actually say possibly like just a general survival check. But they're both 0, so it makes no difference to me either or.
Go for it.
9.
No. Okay. As you see that, you
I
turn
mean, as
the
a
wheel.
pirate captain, do I not get advantage?
Nice try.
You gotta ask, guys. You gotta ask.
Try. Right. As you do that, so you grab the wheel. You've seen the vague stuff to your left. You grab the wheel. You spin it to the right. You pull back, because I'm assuming that's how you pull up in a ship. And the nose of the ship starts to go up. It starts to tilt to the left. Because this maneuver, I need Glam, I need Oriandai to give me dexterity saving throws.
Guys, it's nervous.
Dex. Bear's worse than
We're in
me.
the spine of the world right now.
Oh, but I rolled alright, 17.
Okay, you, as you're up against the door, manage to keep yourself steady, but Oriandai again goes clattering
Come on,
back
mate.
down the stairs.
Clank.
Right. And with that, Volo grabs her and he says, "What are you doing? The cliffs are on the right side!" And with that, a giant shard of rock smashes in to the side of the ship, sending everyone on deck flying to the 4 corners. Right. you said you're flying. You've got fly cast on you.
I have fly cast on me. Yeah.
Right. So,
And
give me a perception check. Can you see the ship?
No. That's an 8.
That's an 8. Okay.
But I would have held on. I mean,
I was going to say, presumably you are holding onto a big wheel, or
I'm holding on to the wheel.
It's not the sort of impact that you're really going to be able to hold on.
No, so it hits, I fly away from the wheel, and I'm now flying, and I don't know where the ship is. Okay, cool.
Yeah, you're lost in the whiteness.
Yeah.
Toxeros, you're also
Yes.
lost in the whiteness. Can you fly?
Right. No.
Can you slow?
I'm holding onto a rope, and I'm all holding on to the...
He's holding onto a rope. That is fucking true.
And that is the reason I'm holding onto a rope, so...
But you're not even holding it,
Come
it's
at me.
tied to you, isn't it? You tied it off,
Yeah.
so...
Literally working it round me as I go.
Okay. Right. Well, let's see this. So, can you pull yourself back up as the ship goes careening God knows where?
Yes, I can.
Strange.
No, I mean, you asked him, and he answered. He said, I think you should give him it. Yes, I can. No problem. Cheers, boss. Thanks for that.
Let's go.
How are
and
things
mess
going in
with this one.
Twitch? I feel the excitement. Is that wrong, says
11
Palamoda.
plus 6, 17.
Right. You grab your hand on the rope and you pull it. And you pull. And you pull. And it gets faster and faster until you reach the door and you realize it's no longer attached to the ship as you careen into the darkness. Oh, I wish it was 10 o'clock right now so we could end on that.
Shit.
My God, the DM is evil today.
Yeah, I mean, you know, he rolled really well. I mean, you know.
I'll be using
If
slow
he's
fuel then.
falling, do I see him falling?
No, you literally see about 10, 15 feet in front of you.
Okay.
And you also already did a perception check on that. You could probably cast sending, ask him where he is. I'm not sure he'd know.
Well, when it comes round, I was thinking about what to do. I've got a couple of ideas. I know what I'm doing next.
Right. Okay, so we're going to need some rolls. So, Glamreus, Oriandi, you are inside of the ship. But as you look around, Glam, you realize there is a gash 30 feet long in the side of the ship. The ship is actually, right, starting to split into two pieces. You can physically see a giant gash in the side, right, as it's falling down. There's not much you can do. Give me a strength saving throw to hold on for dear life. Orianda as well.
Okay.
Me too?
Oh dear.
Right. And Orianda.
13 plus 6, 19.
Nice.
I'll
Was
take
that a
it.
natural one? Is that a crit fail?
That is a crit
It
fail.
is,
I was
yes.
trying to look at a spell that I can help the Aki with, and I can't find one.
Right. Glamorous, you go flying out the side of the ship.
Oh my fucking god!
And with that one, right, in the darkness, not darkness, the white mist, right, you can't see where you are. You're a bear. You can't fly quite yet.
You're a bear! I forgot that you're a
Yeah.
bear falling from an airship.
But what you do see, right, is you're falling at a dramatic speed towards a black shape, which becomes the outline of a person, which looks like your good friend Jax, as you're going, "Roar!"
So that's a whoa! He's like a bear coming towards me.
Jax, you don't know he's turned into a bear.
Yeah, but I know. I don't know, but I know. The scary thing is I've realised that I should have cast it on both, as my two other spells that can make people fly are both also concentration. So I could cast it, but then I would fall.
By the way, Glam, can you roll me a d20? Because when you wild shape, that's a spell, isn't it?
No,
I think
no,
it should
it's an
count.
ability.
no, it's an ability.
I mean, it can't. Yeah,
Because you've not rolled
it's-
this one yet, we're going to keep making you roll.
Yeah, I mean, given that I didn't roll them for the health.
No, you don't need to roll for it. It's not a concentration,
That's
it's an
fine.
animal spell.
No, it's not that. It's
it's
meta magic.
why the
Oh,
meta
right,
magic.
yeah.
I'm rolling meta magic, but I missed a load for the heals, so we're just sort of
Okay.
making them up with tentative ones.
Right, so Captain Jax, you have an inkling of which direction the ship might be, judging by the direction this bear has come from. If you can figure out it's Glam. Glam, what are you doing? Jax, what are you doing?
I don't have anything spied.
No, the two spells that stood there and panicking, I suddenly thought, you know what, I could detect magic and see the glimmer of people's magical items and home in on them, but that's concentration, so if I did that, I would suddenly fall from a great height. Oh, I can see that! So, also levitate, which I can put on Gaz, is also concentration. So,
What's your carry?
That's what I was, I'm like, I can carry quite a bit. My strength is +1 now. So my saving throw, that's not my strength. My strength is still -1. I would probably try and...
You can carry 135 pounds.
Do I think that bear coming towards me... Thing is, I know that Glamorous isn't... I know they can always drop it if we're struggling, so I will just grapple. I will grapple the bear. Which, by the way, is the name of my new porn film, which comes out next week.
Okay, so that's a strength check to see whether or not you can... Glamorous is 150 pounds.
There's two good things about this. One, I can't inspire myself. But two, I do have guidance. So I am going to... I feel the need to roll a dice on this bad boy. I'm rolling my special Christmas dice. And it is an 11. That's not a bad start. It's -1, so that's a 10. But I can add a D4 to that, everybody. 1 D4. All I got to do is find a fucking D4. D4. Someone. I should have. I forgot, Gaz. Here we go. That is a 2. So I rolled 12, DM. I rolled a 12.
Right. So you have grabbed. You've basically fulfilled a lifelong dream. You're hugging a bear.
Huggy Bear. That's what I'm calling this episode. Just Captain Jack's Huggy Bear.
Now, unfortunately, he's still too heavy for you.
So
but you're not plummeting. You're gently descending.
So
you're being blown to the four corners, but you are gently descending now. Glamorous.
So while sort of holding on, I'll bounce back into Glam, which I think I can do as a bonus action. Then as my action, I'll turn into a cat, which is much lighter than Glam. and just sort of hold on. And use my claws and just hold on to his back.
Do you not have any utility spells of flying? Do you not fly as well?
I don't, because I can fly naturally, as you say, at next level, but...
yeah. Okay, so I am now flying with a cat. I am flying with a cat.
Toxeros has descended into the darkness. Oriandi is holding on to the ship and has descended into the darkness. Those two, whatever happens, happens. What are you doing, Jax and Glam? You're just gonna... I'm gonna head in the direction that I think is the ground.
The ship.
I mean, down. Everyone knows down, gravity-wise. I would imagine I could just like dangle the cat by its tail and see which winds it drops, and then head in that direction at my full 60 feet of movement each turn and action, hoping to catch the ship, be able to do something, find Toxie. I know that within general he'll be falling at the same speed, if not faster. So yeah, I'm just gonna head down and do the best I can to get to ground level.
So final roll of this. Survival check, because that's the one for tracking, and it better be good.
Well, guys, we got a +0. I'm gonna stroke the cat and hope it gives me guidance. And I know it can't, because you can't cast an animal form. Can you now?
No, I can't cast. But can I sort of assist? Because I've got wisdom, so can I sort of point and claw in the direction I think?
Do you have something like keen senses?
I do, but again, it's advantage on things that rely on smell. Animals like smelling things.
Yeah, I think you would need to be on the ground first for that to work.
But I do still get to use my own wisdom in animal form.
Can we both roll, or can we both roll?
Okay.
Or can I roll with it? Can we both roll? Single or?
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, we're both rolling, Gaz. You've probably got better survival than me.
Well, survival's wisdom. That's why I was trying.
Here we go.
Oh, I rolled a 4, but it's +7, so 11. It's still not great.
I also rolled a 4 with no plus.
Okay. I need to put some maps down, I think. Right. Just bear with me for 1 second.
Well, at that point, with 6 minutes to go, if you wanted to leave it with us in the air, the ship plummeting, and we'll pick that up next time, because we've got some rolls to do for prizes and things.
Right, I will just do one last thing.
Yeah.
So, that is going to be there.
Fucking hell, I didn't
That
see this
is-
coming, by the way. I thought we'll land. Are we going to do a bit of shopping? Are we going to head into 10 towns? We get to explore 10 towns? No. A plummeting airship of death. Toxie's fallen from God knows how much height. I know when I've watched Critical Role, I've seen the amount of D60s he rolls when people fall from like a couple of 100 feet. I mean, just like, Jesus.
The snow, though. Snow.
That's true. He will land comfortably in
Cushions
the snow.
impact.
Yeah.
I'm trying to convince the DM here.
Okay, Orianda.
Yep.
Right. You come to. You're battered, you're bruised, your armor is dented, but you seem to be alive. As you look around, trying to dig yourself out of the rubble, you see Volo off to the side, unconscious, and no one else. As you find yourself in the wreckage of your ship on the top of a mountain. Where are your friends? Who knows?
There's a wrecked ship map.
Yeah, you might want to scroll down a little bit.
Is that so we can get Zach Moore's Patron in there? There we go, guys.
No, there you go. No, you can go up a little bit. There we go. So that's where we're going to leave it, I suppose.
Okay, me floating with a cat. Toxie! Toxie! Just like try to find with the wind buffeting around me. These guys in a wreck. And where's Toxeros? Is he alive? Is he dead? Only time will tell. And there was never another show.
Schrödinger's proxy.
And Aki's back next week as a completely new character.
Shit.
Amazing.
How far did we fall from?
Good question, and it's not going to get answered today.
He's going to work on that. Well, the thing is, what you have to realise is we were going over the spine of the mountains, so we wouldn't have been that high. That's I wouldn't have thought, because the mountain's getting close, so we're kind of going to be probably, I don't know, but not that high. So
Well, the thing is, I do actually have the next 6 maps and encounters all ready and in the background.
Wow.
It's just, it will take time to run through them. That's all.
So
I know exactly what's happened to Toxeros. I know exactly what's happened to you two.
Okay. And I'm also, I have plans on how to find them once I get back to ground with various abilities and things, potentially, maybe, to try and get, obviously I have sending, I have detect magic, all these things are, and I have unlimited detect magic because it's a ritual, so I can just keep casting it and then hope.
Yeah, I can do that as well.
Yeah, we can like ping,
We
like
can just
sonar,
become radar.
just like exactly, just walking around hoping to ping some
But
magic.
it only goes 30 feet. We know this.
Oh, does it? Oh, Jesus, that's a terrible radar.
Can I not use it with the eyes of the eagle and extend it a bit?
If it goes
Anyway,
overnight,
so-
I'm sure that Gaz can probably get Find Person or something. Druids have got a huge spell list.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
there
I
we go.
can, if it takes more than a night, I can definitely.
Dude,
look
if we
at
need
what
a night in the
spells,
mountains,
'cause
I
appear to
have
crap.
Learman's tiny hut, so we've got a warm house to sleep in. We're good. We're golden.
So you
I'm going to
are
stay as a cat then, curl up by the fire.
you are currently stranded somewhere on the spine of the world on your way to 10 Towns.
Yeah, thanks, Traveller, you dick.
I don't know. I think the traveller was quite well entertained by what we're talking.
And he said he was sorry to losers. That it was obviously there's someone else's domain that he's not allowed to enter. I quite like that. So we're all good. Thanks, guys. Right, I believe we've got some roles to do.
And I'm just going to say this, right? You are going to 10 towns to help Glam. You don't know anything that's going on here. Any rhymes, any frostmanes, anything like that.
Nope.
And that phrase or paragraph from the Traveller is your first introduction that there might be something amiss.
I like it. Okay, so what happens now, guys?
Oh, I've done the thing, so we need to roll a d4 for the first one, which was crit win Aki attacking a monster.
Crit win, Aki attacking a monster. Who's rolling that one? Who's got a D4 handy? I just used one. You'd think there'll be one here, but no.
I have a D4 handy.
There we go. I'm glad,
And
but
it's a
don't call me
2.
handy.
What'd you say? There's 2?
It's a 2.
You got to stop laughing
That
at my
is Trace.
There we go, Trace. Woo! You got to stop laughing at my jokes. I cast Wonder Scowls on you. I can't. I've got Wonder Smiles. Oh, I haven't. Fucking Folo's got my Wonder Smiles.
Who's got it?
Mother bitch.
Then,
Get up, Arianda!
so-
Not is all lost! Ping.
Smile. Yeah. It's like.
So the next one is somebody roll a d6 for CJ's
D6.
Wand of Scowls.
There we go. Can anyone see that? Nope. Let me move the dice that away. 4.
4. So 4 is Josuke Allier.
There we go.
And the last one is a d4 for my crit fail
Aki?
saving throw.
Yep. D4, yeah?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That would be a 3.
And 3 is Paolo Oda.
There you go.
One different. I love that. 3 different people. Lots of fun, guys. Hope you enjoyed the show. What a crazy happenstance. So, we kind of, we discussed some of our darker moments, and I think as a group, I think we all got on the same page and all figured out where we were going to go and how we were going to get there together. And then, so we kind of got over everything. We killed the bad guy, which was fun. I got to try out some spells. And, in general, it was fun. I mean, can I just say how clutch Hold Monster is? Jeez.
Yes.
Oriandai, man of the match, or woman of the match, coming out with some Hold Monster action. And then followed that up with I wish I'd have cast that spell a bit sooner to just Dimension Door and try and get the ship under control.
By the way, detect good and evil, just when the DM is doing all the whole crew of Fae. Oh.
No, that was great. It's got Oriandai today. It's like amazing. Figured
like,
out what's
oh my
going on.
God,
Big purple auras everywhere and everything. That's a great
I think
spell.
it's just assumed
think
it was
Jax-
that he was around watching, not he was the crew.
The
Jax
entire
gets this,
crew.
Jax understands, because people use detect magic. He's like, son of a bitch. That was you weren't going to find that otherwise.
Yeah. I mean, how about that? Detect good and evil. And I still didn't click with the fact when you was like, the whole area around you is purple, that didn't click until they'd all disappeared,
No.
that the entire crew was actually
The
an
whole
extension
crew.
of the Traveller.
The whole crew were in there, and they were all...
And that's what he said, that he went and there were some satyrs and things that went with him. And it was then, oh shit, the satyrs weren't just his, that was the crew of the ship, or his entourage. Fucking hell. Guys, what can I say? Another good episode, another one under the belt. So, quick usual check of the calendar to discuss if people are free, ideally 2 weeks from today. But let me have a little look-see. So next week, of course, so they were supposed to do D&D on Sunday. I was super excited. I'm fully prepared. I've got the whole cave ready. Unfortunately, Eagle's computer's broken, and he doesn't understand how mobile phones work. So he can't connect with the phone. So we are going to have to delay.
He needs a date with Toxie.
He has a date with Toxie
We
next week.
are still going to have a look at, if no one is available, there'll be some news tomorrow night on the show about Sundays. Because ultimately, I think I'm busy for the next month, other than either this Sunday or 2 weeks from then. So if the 2 weeks from then isn't going to happen, it might have to be this Sunday, and someone may have to puppet an Eagle, maybe with Eagle watching and commenting on the phone or something. So we'll look at that. But then, so it's very doubtful it'll be this Sunday, but there's a sliver. If not, it'll be in 2 weeks. Of course, we'll be back tomorrow night with the usual magical mayhem that is a Friday. And of course, this show will be back, Guys?
Yep.
How do we feel about the 9th of March?
Yeah, it's fine.
9th looks good to me.
Should be fine for me, yeah.
B?
Sure, as long as it doesn't snow again.
Excellent. So I've penciled it into my calendar. It's in purple. D&D on Thursday the 9th. That's when we'll be back and we will carry on this mayhem. I'm excited. By the way, you never split the party. Fuck you, DM. Enforced splitting of the party.
No one forced you to go on deck.
I was going to say, what did you try and do to us?
What we should have done, we should have just hugged like the ship posts and gone down with the ship rather than trying to save it.
Well, to be fair, I was inside the ship and I still ended up outside the ship.
Well, I honestly didn't think you were going to get past the door, but still.
There we go.
None of you have got any strength, that's what I mean.
This is very true. We are the weakest party in the world.
And I had 19.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but you were downstairs. The worst person we sent downstairs, can I just say?
And I would get advantage for wearing heavy plate armor.
Oh, yeah, she'd be... Yeah, exactly. You'd have been steady on the floor. That would have been the person to send to steer the ship. In hindsight, 2020. Okay, guys. Hope you've enjoyed the
Which
show.
is even her weapon, Toofy, can grapple. It can stick to stuff.
Right.
I did have an idea as well with my tattoo. I was going to try and grapple. If my grapple failed, I was going to use my tattoo to grapple Gaz.
Your tattoo detaches?
I have a tattoo that can grapple things, yeah. It
Jeez.
does
Oh,
do
I see.
force damage whilst doing it, though, so...
That's so
Polymorph.
damage.
Polar bear, strength +5. That's...
Not enough.
With polymorph, you can turn into an eagle.
I could, yes. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not animal shape. And I still have polymorph, I think.
But
I also have a
lose
phantom
all of
speed.
my mental,
I also have a phantom stick. By the way, we're good.
Oh
Plan.
my god, I still
are so
remember when
golden.
Toxeros used polymorph, turned into a camel spider, and then realised after going under the door that he had the brain of a camel spider.
All I know is that on our hunt, I can summon for 1 hour a phantom steed, which has a movement speed of 100 feet. Man, we can
Nice.
10 miles an hour. It can do 13 miles at a fast pace. When the spell ends, it gradually fades, giving the rider 1 minute to dismount. And that is a ritual spell. I can just keep on casting. I just got a fast horse that I can ride whenever I want.
That's
all of
pretty good. I mean,
those great
I
spells,
can
which
pop
just
into-
make no sense in Waterdeep.
Yeah,
Just coming to the forefront.
exactly. And you'll so rarely use it as well, even here, because you'll forget. And then you'll think, fuck, I've got a horse that I can ride for an hour that I easily...
And I can become a horse that somebody else can ride.
Guys,
And I
we've
can
got
stay in
horses. We
wild
don't even
shape
have to
for
buy
3 hours.
horses. We have horses. We have a stable of horses. It's amazing. And we have a hut we can sleep in. And we're all waffling now. Guys, have a
Oh,
wonderful...
right. CR14.
Oh, right.
I can create a whole herd of horses.
And it's a good thing you two put your warm winter clothes on.
Do you know what, as well?
Yes.
I saw the mountains coming, and he must have... I bet the DM was like, bastards. I was having them for that. But no, I did. I thought, let's get the winter clothes on, and then you did it, and then he had his ring on.
I only did it because you did. I saw
Yeah.
you doing it. I thought, that's a
Let's
good
do
idea.
it. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Right, have yourselves a great evening. Have yourselves a great rest of your day if you're somewhere that's not the evening yet. We'll be back tomorrow. At least I and Glam will be. Maybe Orianda will be hanging around. Toxie won't. He's swinging. But he'll be back hopefully the following week, and we'll do some E stuff. We're going to talk about X4 tomorrow for Foundations. We're going to talk about the brand new Harry Potter game, which I know Orianda's been loving. And as well as that, we'll be doing all kinds of things like playing great music and probably drinking some booze. Have yourselves a very merry evening, and I'll see you all on the flip side. Say goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye, everybody.